Welcome to eTalks. My name is Karen Novak. It's such a pleasure to be here today. For the past 20 years, I've worked with individuals and teams around the world, helping them connect and communicate effectively. And today, I want to talk about something we all do, but often underestimate the power of small talk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Small talk? Really? Isn't that the awkward chit-chat you endure at parties or the hello to your coworker when you're both avoiding eye contact? I get it. I've been there. But here's the truth. Small talk is the bridge that connects us, not just on a personal level, but on a professional one as well. It opens doors, builds rapport, and when done right, it can make a lasting impression. Let's break it down. You see, small talk does more than just fill silence. It's the foundation of all meaningful communication. Think about the last time you met someone new at a conference or a meeting. What did you ask them? Chances are you started with something simple. Something like asking about something that connects you. Asking questions that help find topics of interest. It's a safe yet powerful way to start a conversation. And just like that, you've opened the door to a real conversation. Small talk builds trust. It shows that you're open and approachable. It signals that you're not just focused on your agenda, but that you care about the other person and their perspective. I remember one time I was in Berlin for a conference, and I asked a fellow attendee, "How do you like the city?" She lit up and told me all about her favorite spots, restaurants, museums, even hidden cafes. It was a small question, but it led to an hour-long discussion about local culture, and we connected in ways I never expected. It wasn't just small talk. It was an entry into a deeper conversation, one that built trust. This is a perfect example of finding topics of interest. Small talk also helps us reestablish connections. It's like pressing pause on the chaos of work and taking a moment to recognize each other's presence. "It's been a while since I saw you at the last general meeting in LA," I said to an old colleague at a recent event. Instantly, we were transported back to that meeting, reminiscing about old times, and it was like no time had passed. That simple sentence turned into a warm conversation, even though we hadn't spoken in years. And here's the thing. If you haven't seen someone for a while, reminding people of how you met or sharing a memory is one of the most powerful tools you can use. Now, small talk also helps us bridge the professional gap. It's a tool that strengthens our professional relationships and creates a space for collaboration. I remember a few months ago when I introduced a colleague from our London office to a team here in New York. I said, "I'd like you to meet my overseas colleague, Nelson." And just like that, the conversation began. It wasn't about business right away. It was about sharing stories of the city, the weather, life in London versus New York, simple things. But that's how you build trust. You introduce others, and you find common ground, no matter how small. It opens the door for more meaningful exchanges that can lead to amazing projects down the road. One of the most powerful things small talk does is create connection. It's a common thread that ties people together. It shows that you care about them beyond just the task at hand. Just the other day, I bumped into an old friend at a networking event. We hadn't seen each other in a while, and I asked, Tell me, are you still working on that recycling project with Andrew? That question sparked a whole conversation about the latest developments in the project, and not only did I learn something new, but we also discussed potential collaborations in the future. It was a great reminder of how small talk is often the precursor to bigger things. This is an excellent example of finding topics of interest. So, what's the takeaway here? Don't underestimate small talk. It's easy to overlook, but it's a powerful tool for building connections. Small talk is the secret ingredient that allows us to break through the surface and tap into the heart of a conversation. It makes us approachable. It builds rapport, and it invites others to share with us. Whether it's a casual question about the city, reminiscing about a past meeting, or introducing a colleague, small talk is the bridge. It's how we begin conversations that lead to deeper relationships. It's how we open doors to new opportunities. And who knows? The next time you ask someone about their favorite restaurant or talk about a project you both worked on, you might just spark something incredible. Let me leave you with this. The next time you're in a room full of strangers, don't shy away from a little small talk. It could be the first step toward a meaningful connection. You never know where that conversation might take you, perhaps to a project, a friendship, or even just a great recommendation for lunch. And hey, if nothing else, you'll always have something to talk about at the next event. Thank you.